慢慢的来吹，慢慢来把它操作好，然后慢慢再把它吹，一定要控制好它的厚度和薄度。
He just started a constriction line just off the end of the blowpipe, which will later be used to break the piece free from the blowpipe.
这时候呢，我们看它用钢夹子夹出一个环状的形状，在靠近这个吹管的地方是非常非常重要，那是最重要一环，一定要夹得恰到好处。
This line creates a weak point in the glass, and when we crack and break it free, the crack travels around the line rather than down into the piece.
这个环状的形状呢，我们等一下是玻璃最脆弱的地方，我们等一下从那里把它切断。同时呢，它一定要切得很干净，所以一定要夹得恰到好处，否则会太多玻璃留在上面。
As Eli works, you see he's constantly turning the blowpipe to keep the glass running on a horizontal plane. When he hangs it towards the floor, the glass stretches out, so he's using gravity to his advantage as well as combating it with that constant turn.
我们知道地心引力常常影响这个玻璃，当它 在转动的时候，玻璃要维持在中间，所以它不停地转动。同时呢，它要利用这个地心引力把它拉长。当垂下来的时候，这玻璃很自动的就拉长。同时呢，它也可以垂直的话，这玻璃就会陷下来。所以看它要怎么来操作这个玻璃。
So now Eli's let me know that he would like to add some glass to this piece. I'll use a solid iron to gather out glass, which will become the foot of the vessel.
好，这时候呢 ，Jamie 现在取出另外一块玻璃啊，做它的底座，所以他现在取的这个温，要稍微。
This example shows you really how gravity works on the glass fresh out of the furnace.
好，这是我们看到很快的就垂下来，玻璃的软度非常的就像流体一样。
So you can see how fluid the material is, and also at that temperature, Eli can cut right through the glass.
我们刚刚看他依然用这个菱形的剪刀，很快就把它剪下来，而且同时呢，从四面八方剪下来。这种菱形剪刀专门是剪玻璃的。
He opens a few doors to accommodate the larger piece. That fresh bit of glass is the hottest part of the vessel at the moment. It's going to heat up the fastest. He'll return to the bench and shape that mass of material into a foot for the piece.
好，这时候依然把火力集中在底座，因为它要操纵底座的厚度和平度，所以底座是最热，大概有1800度左右。
You can see that bright glow in the material indicating the heat in the glass.
好，这时候他利用这个软度够的广派，用钢夹子夹出他想要的花样，但是一到1900度马上就变硬了，没有办法再做。
He uses tweezers to twist and bend the glass. It will now catch and reflect light and add some dynamics to the piece, even without adding any color.
我们可以看到他刚才用这个夹子夹出这个形状来。等一下再放在桌子上的时候，因为这个透明的关系，所以玻璃还是很漂亮。
At this point, we're ready for the transfer process. I'll create what's called a punty. We'll attach it to the bottom center of Eli's piece and use it as a handle to finish our vessel.
好，当依来做好的差不多的时候，我们 Jamie 现在取出另外一小块玻璃，要暂时粘到这个钢管上。他必须利用前面钢板转成他想要的形状，同时它温度不能太高，否则粘得太紧，等下就很难取下来。
The hot glass will stick to the hot glass, and Eli will go back to that constriction or weak point he created in the beginning and break the vessel free from the blowpipe.
好，热玻璃跟热玻璃很快就粘在一起，而且它对准在中间，然后才慢慢的确认粘住之后，就把它切断。
He cools that connection a little bit so that the glass becomes stiff and easier to manage. A few drops of water, a light tap, and it breaks free.
我们给他鼓掌鼓励，非常的成功转换过来。好，刚才切断的地方呢是玻璃最冷的时候，大概只有1000度左右。我们现在要回升到1800到2000度呢，会是在这个炉子里最久的一个时段。
Now at this point, we flip the vessel around. The constriction line is the coolest point, so this will be the longest reheat in the process. Eli will also flash heat the entire piece to maintain temperature in the glass over 1000 degrees. Thermal shock and begin to crack and break. We prevent that by taking those quick flash heats.
好，因为吹玻璃呢，这个厚薄不一样，薄的地方冷却稍微快，厚的地方冷却的慢一点。这种压力跟张力不一样的时候，玻璃一到900度是它的最脆弱的时候就会破掉，所以我们一定要维持在1000度以上。
He focuses the heat on the top portion of the vessel. You can see that brighter glow indicating the heat once again for you. And he'll begin to shape up that opening.
好，我们现在可以肉眼可以看出来前后的温度是不一样，前面大概靠近2000度，那这时候很容易操作。
I'm working to create a lip wrap for the vessel. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to wrap this black glass around the lip of the vessel.
好，下一步呢是所有吹玻璃最精彩的就是，它要利用这个玻璃的颜色绕在它的瓶口。那平常这种外面买的玻璃，假如是手工做的话，是一定可以，就可以这样做。假如是机器做，就不可能有这一层。
Eli is in a holding pattern, waiting for me to have the wrap prepared.
好，热玻璃跟热玻璃很快就粘在一起。当我们烧的差不多的时候，就可以粘在一起了。
When the glass is hot, it stretches easily around the vessel.
好，这是热玻璃跟热玻璃很快就粘在一起了。
When Eli has what he wants for the piece, he casts off or tosses the iron away quickly. The glass thins out into a thread and breaks free.
好，我们刚刚看那个玻璃一拉的时候，像一条线一样，很快就断掉。平常玻璃线呢也是这样拉出来的。
Our working time with the glass varies by the thickness of the glass. So the thinner the glass, the faster it's going to lose heat. From this point forward, you'll see Eli going from the bench to the reheating furnace more frequently.
当这玻璃越吹越大的时候，它冷却度相当快，大概半秒。
To focus the heat on the front portion of the vessel, taking the flash heats to maintain temperature and slowly begin to open the shape into a bowl.
好，我们将打开来。
He'll use the jacks again to set up the lip of the vessel, straightening it for his next step, which is the steam stick, which is used to inflate the glass.
好，这个吹玻璃呢是罗马人发明，所以我们的工具呢都大部分都是罗马式。刚才那个圆锥形的木锥子呢是预先泡在水里，当它开瓶口的时候呢，很快的、很自然的就把它张开来在上面。
The heat in the glass causes the water to evaporate out of that wooden cone, and that's what inflates the glass. Any tool that we touch to the glass is going to take some of the heat away. So we've so far worked mostly with metal tools. Eli has a pair of wooden jacks that he'll use to work the opening of the vessel. The wooden tool gives him a little bit more time to work the glass.
好，在我们前面的工具呢有木质工。
At this point in the process, we're going to take any advantage that we can to give ourselves a few more seconds to work and shape the glass. As Eli comes back to the bench, even the turn of the punty pulls the glass outward and helps him to shape the glass.
好，这做玻璃很有意思，就是它的温度控制相当的重要。当它利用这个温度的时候，它有的时候连碰都不需要碰到这玻璃。可现在呢，因为它利用这个木夹子来控制它的玻璃，有各种方法来控制玻璃。
A smooth, even turn and light pressure with the tool is enough to open up the vessel.
好，我们刚刚看到温度够的时候，它轻轻一碰就打开来了，然后轻轻一碰它就控制好它的玻璃，所以温度控制相当重要。
Now Eli will use heat, centrifugal force, and gravity for the final shaping, heating the glass up and turning faster so that it pulls outward, hanging the vessel towards the floor or perhaps the ceiling to fold and ruffle the edge.
好，下一步非常精彩，我们注意看，它要利用离心力转动非常快速，出来以后呢，变成一个大手帕一样，然后垂下来，利用地心力取它想要形状，非常非常的精彩，帮给它鼓掌鼓励，非常精彩。
The glass will set up and cool quickly. To cool the glass properly and prevent it from cracking and breaking, we'll place it inside this small oven called an annealer where it will cool over about 8 to 10 hours.
好，我们一直强调的玻璃在900度上马上就会破掉，那我们怎么保留呢？我们中间有个降温，现在是910度，我们放进去之后会慢慢降温，每小时降100度。平常呢，像这么大的玻璃，大概12个小时呢之后才能放在桌子上，否则现在放在桌子上，1分钟之内马上破成碎片。
A little bit of water and a light tap. The piece breaks free.
我们 给他鼓掌鼓励。好，刚才加一点水，轻轻一敲就离开了。这个我们刚刚讲的不能粘得太紧，就是这个道理。那这时候呢，加一点3阳火，把一些碎的玻璃烧平烧化，马上放到这个降温炉。我们注意看一下。
We fire polish away any sharp edges and place the piece inside the oven to cool it overnight. Eli Smith.
好，我们谢谢伊莱还有 Kenny 2位精彩的表演。
Thank you folks very much for coming to the Hot Glass Show. If you have any questions, please stick around. We'll do our best to answer them. As you exit the theater, please take